Hi everyone, welcome to this week's science video with myself, Becca from the Northeast Autism Society, and today I'm joined by Tony and Danny from the Life Science Centre Newcastle.
Hi.
Hello.
So can you tell us a bit about what we're going to be doing today, please?
Yeah, I thought today we could use some recycling and remake it into something that we can play and build with. So I've been making some of these.
Ooh.
So they're little tubes with slits cut in them, and that means you can slot them together and build with them.
That's
so I
really
started.
cool. It's like a mountain.
Yeah, I started this bit already, but let's keep adding to it.
So they just slot into each other then?
Exactly, yeah. Oh, it's got a bit wonky.
Ooh.
But
it's interesting to see how it balances.
Yeah. Shall we make some more?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
What do I need?
You will need some toilet roll tubes.
Toilet roll tubes.
And some scissors.
Scissors.
So we need to be careful with this bit. Might need grown-ups to help us with our scissors.
Exactly. And the first thing to do is to take your toilet roll tubes and cut them in half.
Okay. Do I have to be very precise or just somewhere in the middle?
As close as you can be, but you don't need to measure it or anything like that.
So just make sure my fingers are out of the way.
It can be a little bit tricky.
We could also use kitchen roll tubes, couldn't we?
Yeah. And you'd get more out of that. And I've done all mine the same size, but really you could do some bigger and some smaller because that would just make it more interesting later.
Yeah, that would be good.
Ooh.
All right. And then I'm going to just squash them a bit to make them a circle again because I made them a little bit flat when I cut them out. Okay, next step, we're going to cut 4 slits in the edge. And we want to space them out as evenly as we can. I would suggest you make them no longer than about 1/3 the length of the tube. So you definitely don't want to go to halfway because you might end up cutting your whole tube in half. And a few millimeters wide, but you don't really have to measure it. So I'll do one here.
I'll watch you and then I'll copy.
Yeah.
Looks a bit fiddly, this bit. So again, we might need a bit there. Mum or dad or, a grown-up to help us.
Exactly. So I've cut the 2 slits there, and I'm just going to cut this last bit off. There we go. So something like that. And you want to do one, like I say, evenly spaced. So you have 4 on your tube, and then flip it over and do the same thing on both sides.
Answer my question already.
Yeah. All right, so now we've cut out a whole bunch of tubes. We could start playing with them like that, but it might be fun to decorate them as well. So I think I am going to paint mine.
Ooh, that's good. I've got some colouring pens, so I could colour some things on. I've also got some sticky dots, which I could add to add some colour too.
Yeah, I think if I was doing this, I would use lots of glitter to decorate. I love glitter.
That sounds good.
Okay,
well, however you're going to do it, let's get decorating.
I like stickers, but they're sticky, aren't they?
Yeah, they can be quite sticky.
And I'm being very careful with my paint to make sure I don't get it on anything.
So depending on what we're using, if we're using paints or pens, there might be different smells going on as well.
Yeah, my paint has a little bit of a smell.
Here's my dotty tube.
Oh, polka dot. So if you were turning this into a game, you could do, say, player 1 is blue and player 2 is red, if you painted them 2 different colours.
Exactly, or if you're going for Tony's method, player 1 could be spotty and player 2 could be stripy or something like that. Definitely.
That would be good.
Once you have made a lot of them, there are a few different challenges you could try. You could try and make the tallest tower that you could. or you could try and make a really strange shape. So like mine before, where it was going off in one direction. Try and make something like that, but make it be stable. Or, as you suggested, Becca, you could make up a game where different players have to place a piece on top of the tower, and then if you make the tower fall over, you lose, or something like that. Loads of different things you could come up with, and I'm sure the young people watching could come up with even more exciting ways to use them as well.
Definitely. I think you could get really creative with this. You could build all sorts of different kinds of models, or try and build different kinds of animals and things.
Have you got any tips for how to build a tall tower without it falling over?
Oh, that is a very good question. I'll get back my one from before. So, it's all about the tower's center of mass, and that's the point around which all the mass, the weight of the tower is focused. If it's over a strong base, your tower will stay standing. But if the center of mass goes over to one way or the other, then it'll start to lean. And if it leans too much, it might fall over. So this one, its center of mass is around here, and that's where it's balancing. But if I try and make it be upright, it's just not supporting. There we center of mass went way off and it's all collapsed.
So that center of mass is really important for the balance of something overall. So something that has a big piece hanging off here and its center of mass moves this way is more likely to fall over than something where the center of mass is right in the middle, I guess.
Exactly, yeah. Balancing is a really good way of thinking about it.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for showing us that this week. I'm sure we will love to try this out at home. If you do try it, let us know. Send us some photos in and videos. Yeah, we'd love to see. So we'll see you soon, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.